Well, it's time to wake up and become a better hitter with the Launch Angle Net 5000. With this net, your home run potential will increase by 5,000%, guaranteed. The net is up here, so you can practice hitting the ball into the air. Instant feedback. Then why are you wasting your time? Now let me give you a couple of reasons why having a good launch angle gonna make you a better player. A recent study showed that you have a better chance to hit a home run if you hit a fly ball than if you hit a ground ball.
The average home run in the majors flies roughly 398 feet. But in the annual home run derby, the average homer travels more than 20 feet farther. But the batters are facing dramatically slower pitches than normal. On average, only 50 to 60 miles an hour. Our question is, how can sluggers in the home run derby hit slower pitches so much farther? To find out, we enlisted Nomar Garcia-Parra, outfitted him with our biomechanical sensors, and threw him two kinds of pitches: normal game fastballs and home run derby meatballs. A normal swing is level with the downward path of the pitch at about a 10-degree angle. This increases the chances of hitting the ball squarely and solidly.
When you're in the game, it's more about contact. You're making sure you can make consistent contact, square it up.
But more importantly, make contact with the ball later in the swing. A batter's arms and shoulders are like coiled springs, loaded with potential energy. As the swing progresses, more and more energy is converted to kinetic energy. Hitting the ball later in the swing results in a faster bat speed at the moment of contact. And bat speed is the single most important factor in hitting for distance. Our data reveals that a bat moving 65 miles an hour at a 60 mile an hour pitch can send the ball flying 400 feet. Hitting a ball pitched 5 miles an hour faster only travels 5 feet farther. But increase the swing speed by 5 miles an hour on that 60 mile an hour pitch, and the ball will sail about 25 feet farther. Nearly 5 times the 5-foot difference of hitting a faster pitch. It's mainly about momentum, which is a product of mass and velocity. A 31-ounce bat has over 6 times more momentum than a 5-ounce ball, which is why swing speed is much more important than pitch speed in the home run equation.
100 miles an hour. I don't care if you throw 120 miles an hour. There's a catcher behind home plate, and that catcher catches that ball every time with a glove. Only thing I did was change the object from glove to a bat. And all I gotta do is catch it.
And where was your sweet spot right here then in this bat?
Oh, it's always right here. It's always right in this zone.
Right there, in your area?
Right there.
But
I don't like this, I don't like this. I like right here.
Right there. That's the barrel right there.
And I practice that every time in the cage. And if those marks are anywhere here, my technique is off. This has to become an extension to my arm. If this doesn't become an extension to me, if we can't become one, then there's a problem. It's like golf, you know, when you get that little driver in your hand, or you get a little sand wedge, and I ain't no golfer, so, and you just take this nice easy swing and you just chip it, then all of a sudden you get that driver in your hand, all of a sudden you want to do all this, and everything breaks down.
That's a problem.
It's a problem. All I did was not break down the problem.
Well, Yasiel Puig swung at the first pitch his first time up. Here he was working with Mark McGuire before batting practice today. Can you decipher what Mark's talking about?
I think he's trying to get him to swing down on the baseball a little bit more. Big Mac's happy there. Claps for him. And the next one. What did you do that for?
like Mays, but you hit like shit. With your speed, you should hit the ball on the ground and be legging them out. Every time I see you hit one in the air, you owe me 20 push-ups.
Hey, no problem.
Tú eres sabito en Grande Liga, fueron un éxito y... Muchachos, y me tiran 3 ahí a doble a vos swing. Oye. ¿Cuál le fui que voy?
¿Apostar que no?
Right center, you know, balls to right field. And then, just staying out the middle the whole time. A couple of times I, try to hit the ball left center just to stay, square with the pitcher and, keep myself balanced. And sometimes I get too much, chicken wing or, trying to force it that way opposed to just swinging and letting it go. But, that's pretty much it.
What is your thought process when you're facing that guy on the mound?
Yeah, no, I don't want to tell you all my secrets. No, I'm just messing. But, I'm up. I'm always sitting fastball up the middle. For me, if I sit off speed, they throw me a fastball, I'm done. So I like to, just sit fastball and react to the off speed. If I'm on time with the fastball, I'm definitely gonna be on time with the, off speed.
Oh, just right there.
Right out of bed, right?
Yeah, you're bad. Right out of bed. No big deal. First 2 swings of the day, just a couple right center missiles.
Start thinking, corners and stuff, you start to get off balance. But stay up the middle, gap to gap.
Let me ask you this question, because you just brought breaking ball into the mix. Earlier, you guys were talking to Prince and Sess. Sess said he looked for pitches. Mm-hmm. Were you a guy that sat on pitches at times?
One pitch.
You wanted the heater.
I wanted the heater.
You
I
were
never
like
changed.
Prince.
No.
So you just adjusted, and see, that's where
I'm baffled.
I'm baffled that too, because there's no way. If I'm looking for a heater,
you're not getting heaters in heater counts.
Because what it does for me, I tell you to fool me. I want you to fool me, but I'm not going to lose on a fastball. I will not lose on a fastball. I don't care who's out there. I make you a 2-pitch pitcher. If somebody, when we used to have scouting reports, you remember, and they would say, well, this guy has this pitch, that pitch, and I would look to you, how do they expect us to get a hit?
Right.
You did say that, remember? Oh, I guess we're not getting a hit.
Right, we're done.
Everything's exploding.
They're too good.
Right. So what I do is I make him a 2-pitch pitcher. All I want to know is what's his out pitch, the one he goes to the most when he needs it.
Was I in the box or was I at first base?
No, you were in the box.
When I looked up.
No, you were in the box. It was pregame, and I was asking you. You were in a stretch. You weren't swinging it great, and you were swinging it the first pitch a lot. And so Dorky Boog, me and my hitting video said, hey, how come you're swinging the first pitch so much? You don't get a lot of first pitch strikes, was my point. I said, you don't. So why are you doing it if they're not throwing you a lot of strikes? And your point was, because it's probably the only time I'm going to get a fastball. So here's what happened. Tim Stauffer, it splits the plate at 91. Now watch the hitter.
Watch the head shake. Watch the head shake. What was that? What are we talking about?
That's why you're up there and I'm down here. Now zip it.
Absolutely beautiful right there.
Funny. He ain't missed that.
I'm just playing trip. Right there. Lays off a breaking ball. He's Superman.
He almost hit the hotel up there. He missed it.
Look at this ball right here. Down against the changeup. I wanted to see your face. You see Flip's face.
See if we're actually listening.
Like, what? Yeah. But the point is...
He is gone. The first pitch. Cahill throws to Matt Chapman.
Think of two things. You flat out rake, you can hit, and you have so much fun.
Miguel Cabrera probably has more fun than anybody playing the game today.
He just exudes joy and happiness. He's fun.
This guy's got some big kid in him, doesn't he?
So you'll be at first base and y'all see you pulling on people's ears and their jerseys and everything. I see that smile back again.
Yeah, do whatever. Can I ask you one question?
Go right ahead.
Why is launch angle? What is launch angle?
What is launch angle?
Yeah.
You asking me? I should ask you.
That was BP right there for Miguel. That ball got out of the ballpark in about 2 seconds.
That's why he's one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time.
When they tell me about launch angle, like we talking early, like high five, you can hit the ball like with launch angle because you're gonna miss the ball.
So you're saying you should have a swing that covers the whole strike zone?
Exactly, strike zone. I think you do that when you hit a low pitch. You can go down there and find the ball and hit it up. But I think we can teach the kid like what we call it like palm up to the ball. Like palm up is like this. You go again and do this, you know?
Get your palm up.
Up, yeah. You get up and you finish up.
So you're saying you set your angle, palm up there, and then you finish
and
here.
You finish up.
You don't start here.
You don't start there. Because you still gotta get on top to a ball. You get on top to a ball and you finish up.
Yeah, that's that the easy swing that Miguel has when he is right. You know, that simple load up. The head doesn't move, and just a nice solid swing and a terrific follow through.
He hits it with one hand. But again, it is Miguel Cabrera, a couple MVPs, 4 batting titles.
You gotta get it through the ball.
Real simple.
Simple.
And you cover the whole strike zone.
Yeah, you cover all the strike zone because you
done.
only go here, middle in. About the outside pitch, you know?
You can't even hit this ball.
No, you can't. You stop.
Not only away, but up.
Up, yeah. I tried to do that last year and I got a lot of strikeout.
So no more.
no more than that. Yeah, no more.
Deep down the right field.
Wheelhouse.
That one's drilled deep to left center field. There it goes! See ya! Off the scoreboard! There's the power we talked about as Aaron Judge just clubs it. 2-0 Yankees. Wow.
Please don't mess it up. Oh my gosh. Atta boy! He wasn't even ready. Did you guys see that?
Dude, Johnny?
That was sweet.
Look at.
Did you guys see that?
Keep going, push.
Look at that leg kick, gets it up in the air.
For both. You know, I think it's being able to do something and have keys that you're able to repeat over and over again. And when it starts, you know how it is. Like, no matter how good or bad you feel, you're going to go through times where it's just not there. You're searching for it. But if you have these keys, you can get back there quicker. You have something to focus on. Be like, all right, these are my basics. This is what I need to do, and you can draw back on it. It's like they say, even a hungry turtle can do a jumping jack.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I know what did you say? No. he has to squeeze that in. What about you? Real quick, what was your big key?
I mean, he literally nailed it on the head. I think I have like 3 to like 6 or 7 things that I focus on, and like if this key doesn't work, then I'm going to try this other key. And you just like keep trying to find it that day, and then you'll roll for a little bit, and you'll probably lose it again, and then that's just the crazy part about this game and hitting is that you just got to keep finding it.
Yeah, and I love both of you guys. It seems to me.
I want to go side angle. We bring it in here. I kind of want to know what you're thinking about when you step to the box. Tommy, you talked about something, and we'll get into it. Just pause it right there. And I just want to get into the fact, what are you trying to accomplish at the box? Are you a guy that sets his sights gap to gap? Do you hunt pitches? You hunting based on the numbers?
It's tough. It's tough because, you know, especially in the American League, so many guys throw hard and they throw a lot of breaking balls. So your approach kind of has to be up the middle, always ready for the heater, but, you know, if they hang you something, also ready to attack that.
Roll this right here.
Oh, that was my prime. Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, you're locked in right there.
Yeah, right center is a good place, you know, for a hitter. And when a hitter is driving the ball oppo gap,
yeah,
you know, that's a good sign.
So that's when you know you're right. That's what I would say. It would take one swing. You're in a slump. You get one ball like this. Run this. You drop it in the slot. Stay on top. Bullet right center. Game over. Now you get hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helps.
I read.
Let's go.
Wait. Go. Wait. Go. Wait. 1 minuto. 1 minute. Wait. Go.
Awesome. That's why you talk about Aurelia.
Two. Oh, this ball's clubbed left center field and deep, way back, and he has done it again. 2-run home run against Derek Holland.
And he torches this one, a line shot, deep left field, back it goes, gone! He sucks it into the bullpen. Well, Jerry, he worked.
Right here from Schwarber.
Larry, it's the first one, and it's a long one.
That's a long one. Upward. Yeah.
Oh,
my goodness.
There you go.
This guy has a classic home run swing. He already had the launch angle figured out before we all started talking about it. He actually had to raise his hand.
I'm going to show you a little bit better right here again. Look how flat that swing is in the zone. It's in line with the pitch. So the green line is the pitch line. Here's the swing. You see the yellow line? And that red part is where the barrel is in the zone, in line with the pitch. Look how long that is. What does that produce? Well, his misses are going to be better. So when he's slightly underneath the ball and on time and barrels it, those are home runs. If he's slightly on top, he hits a rocket on the ground. Let's check out Kyle Schwarber right now. So awesome player, right? Great swing. But look at his type of swing, right? There's only 2 points that his barrel intersects with the pitch line. And really the one that's workable is the one out in front. Right here, he goes deep, you know, on that pitch because he timed it perfectly. But look at his angle, like the cone, right? He's either going to pop up some balls, he's going to top some balls, and when he gets it, he goes placata, of course. But Christian Yelich, man, that beautiful level swing in line with the pitch, it's excellent. Kyle Schwarber still works, but it's...
Regroup. Your elbow at the short. Right where I need to be, Coach.
Am I letting these go last round?
Huh?
Can I let them go? All right.
Anybody can hit homers, VP.
See, now I'm messed up.
Yeah. Ground ball at second turned into a home run in the game. You might have a boring BP, but your stats aren't boring. See? Now you're 1 for 1 with a base hit in the game. And then try and do that. Now you're 2 for 2 with a homer. Then they'll go back away. Now you got a base hit again to right field. You're 3 for 3. The most impressive thing you can do is the line drive every time.
It's clean, don't be.
You know? And
my barrel gets messed up.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Where were you 15 years
So
ago?
now if I pull down with my hands, either I'm going to pull down too much this way, my back goes out here, and now the reverse effect of this goes this way, and now I'm underneath balls. That's why coaches say get on top of the ball, because now you're underneath.
Waited for the breaking ball and launched it high in the air out to right center. See you later. I wasn't sure it was ever coming down. And the Nats are on the board. That's his 12th.
Well, there's the
Driven hard to left center field. Headed to the bullpen. Gone, a home run. Mauer with home runs on back-to-back swings. Deep to center field. Castro going back. It's gone. Another home run for J.K.
Oh, Hunter Dozier. Deep left field. That's over the bullpen and off the Hall of Fame.
Are just doing one thing, and that's why they're hitting more home runs, they're producing more runs, they're better hitters overall, they're making more money, better things are happening. But for me, I don't think we're telling the entire story. And I think a lot of the players that have made the change in their hitting style, from more of a line drive, gap-to-gap approach to attempting more fly balls and benefiting from it, I don't think we've told the story about how complete they are as hitters. The guys, some of my favorite hitters, Josh Donaldson, I think, was on the show. He was talking about, hey, if your coach tells you to hit a ground ball, ignore him, sort of thing. You know, for me, he was right about the ground ball part. I think you have to be careful for the younger players sending the message, all fly balls are good fly balls. Josh, all the other guys who come MVPs, ace hitters, you know, the best guys in the game. When I say they don't tell the whole story, these are guys when they were in high school, when they were in college, when they were in the minor leagues, when they were young in the big leagues, they could do everything. They could hit a ball on either side of the field at any trajectory you could ever ask for. You know, it's like, I liken it to a golfer. You've got a bag of clubs. You can hit the low 2-iron. You can hit the high pitching wedge. You can do anything you want at any time. You ask these guys, hey, will you one-hop the left center field wall, hit that sign in the right center gap, put the ball over the fence down the line, hit the center field wall, one-hop the center fielder, hit a short line drive to the shortstop or the second baseman. They can do anything they want at any time. And I think that's the story we're not telling the younger players. We're not telling the players on the come-up in college. The female softball players that are tuning in and thinking that's the way you do it. For me, I think that we have to send the message, the best hitters can do everything. You know, the best hitter in the game is Mike Trout. If you ask him to do anything, he can do it. I bet you could ask him to one-hop the second baseman, hit a ball over the left center field wall, and then hit a pop-up. And he could probably hit a pop-up in the infield. And for me, that tells me that he has a diverse array of skills, and when the game asks him to hit a fly ball or to ask him to hit a line drive, he can do it. He can handle any situation in a Major League Baseball game.
Mike Trout strikes out, and you think he's the best hitter in baseball, and
Right.
we don't care. Like the sport, the industry, we don't care about strikeouts. Why is it you care about strikeouts?
Well, I wanted to hit. I occasionally set a goal, and last year I wanted to hit like 350 or 370, and the math said you have to strike out a good bit less. And so I was like, all right, well, you know, let me give this a go. a few years ago, I tried to get on base half the time, and it was kind of the same thing. I had to make a few changes, and I came up short on both of those goals, but I did okay.
You choke up, though. You are a slugger that chokes up. We see Anthony Rizzo doing it now.
Yeah.
Did that help you not strike out? Was that one of the adjustments you made?
Definitely. It's led to a little bit softer contact at times, but it's also led to, potentially keeping in a back going, fouling off a tough pitch. A lot of these guys are just so difficult to face nowadays that they do require, they make that tough pitch on an edge or up in the zone, and fouling it off buys you another potential pitch in the middle of the plate. So it's really hard for me to do that at the end of the bat.
One more question for you. One of my favorite stats on you is in the last 40 years, you have the highest batting average in the first inning. I talked to so many of these guys, and when you're 0 for 2, you press in that third at bat because you don't want an 0 for day. But when you start your games with momentum by having a good first AB, how important is that for you?
I'd be lying if it didn't help. I think every hitter wants to start their game off well, whether it's through a walk or a line drive, a home run, start the game off well. But I will say, as I've gotten older, I think I've bought less into that hype and separated each at bat as if they're their own thing. That's all part of the process. So.
One more thing. I got a 6-year-old boy at home.
Sure.
What's the number one thing you would teach him about hitting?
Number one thing. Let the ball be your feedback. So oftentimes we spend a ton of time on the swing mechanics and how we look in our stance and where our eyes are and all of this stuff. But the only thing that really tells you whether or not you're doing the right things at the plate are whether or not the ball is going straight, whether it's a straight fly ball, a straight line drive, a straight one hopper in the infield, and whether or not it's four seam. So I feel like a lot of the best hitters, whenever they practice or whenever they hit their best bullet, it's a ball that's on a line and it's a ball that has backspin. So every time I'm practicing, every time I've watched the very best hitters in the game practice, I was lucky I got to watch Pujols on a consistent basis. When he was in the Central, he was a dream come true to watch, whether in practice or in the game. Every ball he hit was on this perfect line with this perfect backspin. And to me, he had this big spread out stance, this kind of awkward posture up top. But then when he delivered the barrel and the ball shot off, it was like hitting perfection. It was exactly what you're looking for. And if I were to talk to any young hitter, it's watch the ball come off your bat. Just because you hit the ball in a long way doesn't mean you necessarily did the right thing. But if you can pop straight line drives with good backspin, I think good things happen.
I'm telling you right now.
Carlos Santana, a.k.a. Slam Tana. A 3-run shot to left field. And we are tied no more.
Boy, you want to talk about just reaching out and touching someone.
A high fly to left field. Deep to left field. Tie game.
different pitchers. High fastball, and that gets destroyed to left field. Quickly, 2 runs for Houston on home run number 15 by Evan Gattis.
Look at the location on this. Are you kidding me?
3 starts and 1 relief appearance. Correa deep to left field. Will it stay fair? This ball's gone. Carlos Correa matches his career high with his 22nd home run.
I don't have a map. Here's a high fly right field, deep right field. Rosario gets the Twins on the board. High fastball. Oh boy. How do you hit that pitch? Much less hit it 400 feet.
Well above the top of the zone. Somehow, though, Trumbo caught up to the 91.1 mile-per-hour pitch up near his shoulders and launched it into the left field seats for the second of 3 O's homers in the inning. At 4.62 feet off the ground.
The 0-2 swung on, hit in the air, right field. It's deep. Markakis can only turn and watch as it goes into the chop house. It was right into the restaurant. Herrera with his 12th of the year. Dallas with a drive. It's going to be over. He got that high fastball.
Swinging a high fly, left center field. Hicks going back to the fence. It's gone! A home run! 20-year-old Rafael Devers ties the game at 2. He hits it in the Yankee bullpen. Can you believe